back to the channel. My name is InsideAgameR. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 with my tutorial series. Today we're going to be looking at the autopilot features for the Garmin on the turboprop planes, the propeller planes. And so basically this whole system here, I've had a lot of people ask me, can I do a little bit of a tutorial? And I'm going to do that today. Now I have created a short flight from Galway to one of the Aran Islands. It's about a 15-minute flight, but we're not going to do the landing. I'm just going to show you the autopilot features. That's all we're going to be doing here. Now the plane is all set up. And what we need to look at is this screen here. Now what I would like to point out is I'm not a professional pilot. I play these games for fun. But what I will do, I will give you all the basic knowledge to use the systems, how they function, and help you with your flying. Because a lot of people are saying that they seem to be having a bit of a struggle with this. So basically I'm just going to go through the buttons that are very important here. We've got the navigation buttons here, we've got the heading button, the altitude button. These are the kind of main ones you're going to need here. You've got your AP, which is your autopilot, which obviously AP will then show AP is on. Flight director, which we're going to turn on. Now the flight director will be for our pink line here. If I press CDI, you can see VRR1 has nothing, no navigations. VRR2 have no navigations, but our GPS does. So this line is very important, and you can see it up here. That's why I've left this map here, even though the map is on this screen for the second, just so you can see. Okay, heading. So if we put heading, you see that it's now changed to heading, and that will basically follow this blue bug, and we can change that by using this. So say if ATC said go to heading, I don't know, 330, there we go. We'd put the heading onto 330, AP would be on, we'd hit heading, and I'll show you up in the air, and then now the plane will override the GPS and follow the heading. Altitude hold, so whatever altitude we're currently at to the nearest 100, the plane will just hold. Navigation, you can see now it says GPS, now that would actually follow the GPS. Vertical navigation, we'll talk about that in a little bit. We can use that to go up and down, etc., using the nose of the aircraft. Approach hold is for ILS. We don't need that because that's ILS landings. If there's terrible weather, we might use an ILS approach. I'm not going to show that feature today. BC is turn back course mode. So say if we had a missed approach to an airfield and you needed to do a go around, if we click this, it'll bring us back around onto the original flight path. Very handy little button actually. Vertical speed, again, we can talk about that once we get up in the air. Nose up and down, we can use that with the vertical speeds and the VNAVs. And flight level change, again, we can use that, which is going to be very handy, which I'm going to show you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this currently, and I'm going to set 2,000 feet up here. Now nothing's going to happen, but that's what I'm going to use this flight change mode on, and I'll show you in a second. So that's how we're going to control our altitude. So we're all good to go, guys. Let's get up in the air, and I'm going to show you a few of these features. Okay. Park and brake off and 50% power. Now I'm still getting used to the flight model of the game, so I do apologize for the zigzag all the way down here now. Okay, 100%. That's stabilized. And what we're waiting for our speed indicator to change. We need about 55 knots. We don't need a flaps takeoff for this plane. And there you go, vertical speed is changing. We're leaving Galway Airport. Okay, we're at 40. Okay, 55. Okay, so now we can start climbing. So nose up. And there we go, we've got a positive rate of climb. Okay, now we're holding this with the joystick, and it's hard work. You don't want to be doing this. It's actually easier if we start using some of the features here. So what we can do is we can put on our autopilot. Now nothing's going to happen yet because we haven't engaged anything. Let's say now if we put on our VNAV and we throw our nose up. Okay, I just want to call this ATC first because it's going to be annoying otherwise, and we won't.
Galway Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, continue for west departure.
Okay, so autopilot on, vertical speed on, and we're going to use our nose up. And that's very annoying what is currently happening. The autopilot on or off?
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
Okay, nose up. And we can now see that the aircraft is going to follow the pink line. Sorry, there's a bit of a mess. let's acknowledge that frequency change. That was a little bit of a mess. Okay.
Galway Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra
I
Alpha
thought I turned ATC off. Okay, so we're actually currently following our GPS because we have our navigation mode on. There we go, navigation mode is on, and it will follow this GPS line. Lovely. Now we are currently climbing with our vertical speed, but it won't go. It will go past 2,000 here because we're not using the flight level change yet. This is just using vertical speed with our nose up and nose down. So if I go nose down, the plane now will nose down, and the climb will be slower. Okay, so we're at say 1,600 feet here, and we want to hold our altitude. It's very simple now. We'll hit the altitude hold, and the plane to the nearest 100 at 1,700. As you can see now, it's changed. Okay, so we're holding at 1,700 feet. That is pretty handy. But okay, so we still want to go up again, and we want to hit say 2,200. If I hit flight level change, now it's going to do it itself. Now this is going to be controlled by the speed of the aircraft. Now we have full throttle on, so that's going to work out the optimal speed and its climb rate, and it's going to get us up to 2,200. Once it hits 2,200, that's a little bit buggy still, so it will do this dipping up and down, but it will get itself there, as you can see. We could turn, but once we get to 2,200, it will level itself out. Okay, so these features aren't perfect. The game is not in a perfect kind of way at the moment. So that'll bring us up to 2,200. We're getting there very, very quickly now. And it will level itself off. Perfect. Okay. So that kind of overrides that. Now, like I was saying before, okay, so we're heading now on our GPS, but they say quickly, oh, okay, we need you to take heading. What we got there? 300. ATC, call us up. Can you please take heading of 300? If I hit heading button here now, it'll override the GPS, and now the plane is going to go lock on course for our heading. So if you're using full ATC, they will give you all the directions that you need. This is how it will be used. So there we go. So we can follow that. And okay, we'll go back to GPS then. So we just hit our navigation button. You can see that GPS is now hitting in here. And as we can see here, it is now hitting its GPS course again, which is what we want it to do. And the plane will sort out, and it's going to keep its own altitude here at this point. Okay, so we're at 2,200 now. Like I said, it has leveled itself out. We're following it. It's going back on course. So say now we need to drop. We can now use our vertical speed to drop, like we did to climb. If we have VS on and we do nose down, you can see. Okay. With our VNav, and we go nose down. There we go. I have to turn the other one off there. So if we go down now, I can control my altitudes just using up and down. Now that's the same thing as if you're using your auto button for your pitch up and pitch down, and I can just control the aircraft and its level this way if I wish. I do recommend flight change. Like say we want to go down to 1900, click on flight level change. Now it's not going to move because we need to lower our speed. Once we take the speed out of the aircraft, there we go. We are now dropping down. And be that speed, be the calculation it will use on how fast it's going to drop and how quickly. So flight level change is a very handy button. So when you get close to your airport and you want to go down to say 1,500 to 1,000 feet, you can use that. It's going to hold. You're going to know you're going to be at a perfect spot. You don't have to think too much. And there we go. That is kind of your basic autopilot features for this aircraft. This will get you flying up in the air and everything that you need to do. If you are enjoying this content, please do subscribe down below to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications, uploading it every single day. There will also be a more in-depth tutorial to this with the ILS landing coming very, very soon. Not enough myself, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.